Welcome everybody to another episode of Rewind the Times. And hope everybody's doing good. We had a really bad storm over here on the East Coast. Started off yesterday, it was pretty bad. Hope everybody's safe. I know there's a lot of car accidents, so I hope none of that was you. Hope anyone that's watching this, hope you guys are all safe. If you're on the East Coast, if you're on the West Coast, you guys always have sun and probably never see snow, so. Actually, I'm just walked in the house. Tuesday nights I have night off, is my night off, and on the ride home, my girlfriend lives about an hour away. So every time I come home from her house, I always I put the road map on the Google Maps on, and I listen to the directions. But I like listening to movies in the background as I'm driving. It just kind of makes the day kind of makes that ride go by fast. And I put on Black Adam. And I haven't watched I've seen the movie at least 6 times in the theaters, and I've paid for 2 other families to go see it. I love the movie. And, man, so much has changed since that movie came out October 21st to now. And it's actually sad. It was actually sad to watch the movie, to watch a comic book movie. Unless it's like Endgame or something like that, that's because Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man passed away. But it was hard to watch this movie at the end, knowing what was coming up. And if anyone that's ever seen the movie obviously knows the post-credit scene, and it's Henry Cavill, his return on the big screen since 2017 Justice League. And I remember when that movie came out, people were just going nuts. I mean, I listened to a lot of reactions, theater reactions, and people recording of when Henry came out. I mean, the fucking camera's shaking, people going nuts. And, it's sad. This is going to kind of be more of like a rant. That's why it's going to be kind of a little bit of a long video. I got to head to work. But it was important because I had so much on my chest. I love DC. I love it. I love the brand. I grew up on it. I love Batman. He's my favorite superhero. I love just about every version of Batman. Some I like better than others, but I still like every version of Batman. I like the way the directors tell him in their eye and stuff like that. I know the DCEU. It started off with a bang. It really did. It came out firing all guns with Man of Steel and Batman v Superman and Wonder Woman and Aquaman and all these great movies. The DCEU was actually supposed to start off with Ryan Reynolds, the Green Lantern, which I like, by the way, which I thought he was a great Hal Jordan. He has the quirkiness of Hal Jordan. I really like that, and all of a sudden it didn't do good in the theaters. And at the end of the movie, Sinestro was coming with the fear, and it sucks because I wanted to see that. When I seen the end of that movie and I seen that Sinestro put the yellow ring on of fear, and he had the yellow suit on. I wanted to see that, and it's like how many times do we see DC movies with these great post-credit scenes? They just don't follow through, and it sucks, man. It just sucks. But anyways, Zack Snyder took over, and then Man of Steel came out in 2013. Green Lantern was made in 2011, and right out of the gate, man. I mean, these movies came out and they were hitting, they were doing really good in the theater. 745 million, $1 billion for Aquaman, 800 million, 600 million. It's like nowadays, if movies don't make $1 billion, it's like they don't succeed. They're considered flops. And Black Adam gets labeled a flop a lot, and it kills me when I hear that with Black Adam, because you know what, man, it's like, yes, I know the budget on the movie was 260. I think it was 190 at one point, and they did some reshoots, and then they pushed up to like 260. Who knows what the real number is on it? But it made $393 million, almost $400 million. It outdid Shazam 1. But Shazam 2 got a sequel. And what kills me is this Shazam, who is a top 10, top 15, well, I think I'd say top 10 superhero, and I see it all the time. He got 2 movies, and Black Adam is a part-time villain, and he got his own movie, and it made 400 million, pretty much 393, 400 million, and I hate how it gets labeled a flop. I mean, The Rock they did a great job with this movie. They really did. The story was good. It wasn't great, but it's a part-time villain. Like, what did you expect? You know, like, I remember a lot of people when we seen the previews of this movie, it was like, what are they making this movie about? It's a part-time villain. You know, if anything, Black Adam should have been introduced in Shazam and then an origin story. But I think Rock tried to do it backwards. I think he wanted to lay down the origin story first and then go fight Superman and go fight Shazam. And unfortunately, I don't know if we'll ever see that. I pray to the good Lord above, because when I seen Henry Cavill at the post-edit screen, people just went nuts. I seen it 6 times in the theaters, and every time that I seen it, I always seen it with a pretty good. Obviously, the first couple times I seen it with the biggest crowds, but then after that, the crowds were still good. They were still good crowds. I mean, it's not like there was 2 people in the theaters. I mean, it was pretty much half full. Every time that I seen it, people still went nuts. People still went nuts, and the anticipation and the excitement of being a DC fan was just at an all-time high. We just got Henry Cavill back. He was talking about doing a Man of Steel 2. It felt like we were fucking winning for the first time as a real DC fan in a long time. You know, Wonder Woman 1984, which I like, didn't do great in the theaters. James Gunn's Suicide Squad, which I like, but didn't do great in the theaters. Birds of Prey, which I like, did not do great in the theaters. And it's like, I wish we could go back to Snyder's vision and really piggyback off of what he was doing and continue his stories, because the DC stories that he tells are just so great. You know, when Gunn got hired, the first thing about Gunn that I knew was he likes taking these obscure characters, because that's what he does. He likes taking these oddball characters, and he does a good job with them. But they're oddball characters. You know, Guardians of the Galaxy, nobody knew who they were. Unless you were die-hard Marvel fans, and I mean die-hard Marvel fans, nobody knew who they were. And don't lie to me and say you were, because nobody knew. Yes, he did a good job with these obscure characters. Even in the Suicide Squad, he took obscure characters again, mixed in with some household names like Harley Quinn and Rick Flag. But he took Polka Dot Man and Peacemaker. Once again, these obscure characters, and he did a good job with them. The movie only made like $160 million. Yes, it was during a pandemic, and it was released on HBO Max too. But I was excited. I was excited to see what Gunn could do with the obscure pod. But I didn't know that he was going to kick out this generation's version of Henry Cavill. And, say what you want about me, the DC, there's a guy out there, his name is Aaron Fisher, I believe. Great guy. I love his YouTube channel. You know, when I do promote YouTube channels, dude, no one ever tells me to do it. I just do it because I enjoy other DC content. There's Movies, TV's Mad with Mick. There's Ping Pong Flicks with Chris. And there's Wart Stew. He's a good one. The True 31. He's a cool dude, but I can't tell what he's on sometimes. Sometimes he's for the Snyderverse, then he's against it, then he's on it again. No, not knocking you down, buddy. I just don't know which horse you're on sometimes. Sometimes I don't know if you're playing to the fans, or I don't know what it is. Or playing to the viewers, I should say, because, but Aaron, I like Aaron a lot. Aaron, I like him a lot. My Aaron's Review, if you guys get an opportunity to check out his channel, he's a really good YouTuber. I like his a lot because I have a lot in common with him. We both have. I don't want to say that anyone that does this is not a real job. That's not what I mean. Like, I just mean like I make a living off. I don't make a living off of this. I go to work. I work a 9 to 5. Well, I work a third shift. I work 11 to 7, 11 to 8, whatever. And I do this because I enjoy talking to people. Matter of fact, it was my girlfriend and my kids who said, "Oh, you should start a YouTube channel because I collect toys and I love talking about comics and movies. I love entertainment." So that's why I started this YouTube channel. I got about 116 subscribers. I never expect to retire and quit my job off of this. I really enjoy the small community that I have of people. There's a few guys and you know who you are, man. Angelo, how you doing, brother? He comes on here and leaves comments. I love talking to those guys, man. There's another guy that comes on here all the time. We talk about Black Adam. I can't think of his name. I apologize. He's a real cool dude, and I appreciate the small community I've built. It means a lot to me. If I could add more viewers, it'd be great. But it doesn't. They'll never stop me from not doing the channel. But I was watching Aaron's video, and he made a point in his video that is so true. You know, when Gunn came and got rid of Cavill, it really divided the DC fan base, where it really is kind of fractured. You have a lot of Snyderverse fans, and then you have some Gunn fans, and then you have DC fans. But when Rock brought Henry Cavill back, it felt like all of us were reunited, and it felt like I said, it felt like the DC world was coming together again. It just felt good to be. It felt great, not good, great to be a DC fan. We just got our version, our greatest version of Superman. No disrespect to Brandon Roth or any of those, but Christopher Reeve and Henry Cavill, to me, are the two. Nothing against Tom Welling, but those are the two most iconic Superman. You look at Christopher Reeve, he was born to play it. You look at Henry Cavill, he was born to play it. And it's such a robbery. It's such a it's so terrible that Cavill is just, he's not Superman right now. And I say right now because I hope to see it again. But when Gunn came, by what he did, by this soft reboot and saying I'm gonna keep these people and get rid of these, and it took the DC fandom and it just split it right down the middle. And now you have DC fans that should be supporting DC are not gonna support these movies that are in the theaters because of what Gunn did. And then you have Snyderverse fans that were so hurt by how they treated Henry, which was terrible. I've never seen a company like Warner Brothers treat an actor, which I don't understand. I don't know what Henry's doing behind the scenes that he is hated by them. It makes no sense to me. I mean, they liked his video when he announced his comeback. They shared it on. They shared his video. On their YouTube channel. I don't know what he did wrong. Is he killing puppies or something? Like, I don't know what this man did for them to just blackball him so bad. I mean, the man, I think if the man ever decided, if they ever came up to him and shit got back to the way it was, I should say. And they asked Henry, "Hey Henry, do you want to come back?" I think Henry would come back for the fans. He sure ain't come back for the company. And obviously, you get paid to do this, but he loves Superman. The fans, the reaction from the fans was just incredible. That the backlash was so bad that when he left, or when he got fired, or wherever it was, he did the Superman thing. Whether he had a contract or he didn't, he still went on someone's word. He was a real life Superman. He said, "You know what, man? I'm gonna go by what you guys said. He told me I'm back, so I'm gonna promote that I'm back." And then you guys just fucked him over like that. It's so hard, man. I was riding home tonight, like I said, I just got in the house literally 5-10 minutes ago, right before I started this video. And Black Adam was supposed to be the changing of a guard. I remember it was supposed to be like a direction. The Rock has taken so much crap because of the vision that he wanted. But you know what, man? For a long time, the DC was just floating. It was just pondering. Gunn did say something that was true. Anyone that smiled, Warner Brothers would give these IP addresses to anybody to make a movie. And at least with The Rock, say what you want about the guy, at least he had a plan. And it was a plan that was including our DC characters. Gail Goddard, he wanted to fight her. He wanted to eventually fight Zachary Levi Shazam. He was including all the players and all the characters and the actors that were playing these heroes that we love now. And then Gunn came in and is just picking and choosing and tearing apart things. And it's like he came into my family. Because the DC is my family. This is maybe it's a stupid reference to you, but it's not to me. But he came in my family, and he pick and choose who was going to stay to represent my brother or my sister. And that's not how it works, man. That's not how it goes at all. It's like, these characters mean a lot to us. They really do. They make toys of these characters, and that I go out and I buy. You know, you can, whether you laugh at me or not or whatever, but I love these characters, and you know, when I look at Henry Cavill on the screen, I see Superman. I don't see Henry Cavill. You know, as dumb of a shithead as Ezra Miller is, when I look at the screen, I look at Barry Allen. I don't see Ezra Miller. And same as Momoa, as Aquaman. And I would have loved to seen the I can't think of his name at the second. The guy who was going to play Green Lantern in the Zack Snyder's Justice League movie. He was going to play Carter. I can't think of his name, man. You know what I mean? Like, it just... it kills me, man. It kills me. And then, you know, Gunn comes in, and instead of making a great impression, he just... It's like if I took over a company, and I knew that this company was already set, and there was certain things that was loved about this company, I would continue to want to keep the fan base and not come in and say, oh, it's going to be my way or no way, or you don't like it, get out. I'm about to be a boss at my job. I've been at my company almost 11 years. I'm waiting for my boss to retire, and I want to take over. And I see what he does wrong, but I see what he does right too. And I want to continue to do what he's doing right, but I want to fix what is wrong. Getting rid of Henry was not the right decision. That was wrong. You know, it was wrong. And he came in, and he's like turning the world upside down. He's coming in with Creature Commandos. No one knows what the fuck that is. The first project that he puts his hands on is Creature Commandos, and then the Waller Project, which I guess is supposed to be like a Peacemaker show, which I liked Peacemaker. I thought it was good. I thought it was a really good show. Once again, obscure character. You know, we're not gonna see his Superman legacy, his version of Superman, until 2025. Dude, that is a long time away. His plan might not even see fruition. It might not even come through. You know, I know they had like a meeting not too long ago, WB, and they said something very interesting. They said that they're gonna give Gunn a shot because he has a plan, but if it doesn't, they have a backup plan. And I think that backup plan, it's the Snyderverse. There's a reason why the plan is 10 years to get DC together, but Gunn only has a 4-year plan. There's a reason. And I'll tell you right now, man, like Aaron said, and I agree with you, Aaron, the way Gunn has really represented himself, this Superman movie, Legacy, better be the best fucking Superman movie of all time. It better make billions of dollars. Because if it doesn't, dude, no one's gonna go now. I mean, when this movie comes out, I mean, based on Superman, the character itself, people are gonna want to see the movie, I think. But you already have split this fandom. But there's gonna be fans that don't go see this movie just out of pure spite, just because of what you did to Henry Cavill. That's not, you know. Aaron said another thing that was great, and I love that he said this, and because it made so much sense. You can't make comic books movies are not. The people that go see these movies are not the general audience. They're a selective audience. Yes, everybody. You know, my girlfriend is. I would consider like a select. Like, she's like the general. Like, I'm the general audience. Like, I'm sorry. How can I say this? Like, I'm a comic book fan, so I go see these movies. My girlfriend is the type of person that will go see the movie once. She likes action movies. She knows who they are, but she's not the person whether the movie's good or not. She won't go back to go see it 3-4 times. Not like me, which I'm a comic book fan. I'll go see it 5-6 times. There are many fans like me that will go see it 5, 6, 3, 4. You know, more than once, I should say. And those are the fans that are going to bring in the money. And you've already split that fan base in half by what you've done, James Gunn. What you've done by getting rid of Henry Cavill and laughing at the Snyderverse fans, calling us wacky and this and that. And, you know, whether you're a Snyderverse fan, whether you like Christopher Nolan's movies, Tim Burton's, Joel Schumacher's, Richard Donner, where you just don't insult that shit, man. David Ayer, you don't laugh at that. This is the guy, when they say DC Studios, it's really just two people. It's Peter Safran and it's James Gunn. I mean, it's not like it's this giant corporation, all these people. It's just really two people. And honestly, I never even hear anything from Peter Safran. I don't hear him say anything. He's like the man behind the man way back there, because he's probably like, I ain't opening my mouth. I know how people are. I'm gonna shut my mouth, Gunn, you go do it. Because Gunn's making a mockery of himself. He sits there and he insults people. I don't know, man. I don't feel good. I don't feel good with something that I love in his hands. Whether you disagree with me or not, his track record is not great. At least not DCU, or DC, I should say. Yes, he's done a good job at Marvel and Guardians, but Suicide Squad, he's done nothing. Peacemaker was a show that was on HBO Max. It was good, but you know, I know a lot of people that don't like it neither. I don't like it at all, actually. So I don't know. I guess it's wait and see, but it's hard, man. Like Kevin Feige, you know, if you're a Marvel fan, good for you, man. You know, even their worst movies are good movies, and he listens to the fans. You know, look at Multiverse of Madness. I went and seen it. Now I don't follow Marvel. I know the comic books and stuff like that for the most part. I understand the world. I understand comics, and I love that stuff, but I don't follow it like DC. You know, but I heard that John Krasinski was Mr. Fantastic because it was a fan. The fans wanted that. And what did Kevin Feige do? Went out and got it. Charlie Cox they're doing a Daredevil Reborn show. I say, what does he do? He goes out and he gets Charlie Cox to come back. I mean, like, bravo, Feige. Listen to the fans, and whether the tone of the show is gonna be the same or not, it doesn't matter. You're still bringing that core audience that loved Charlie Cox as Daredevil in, because sometimes you can look past the story because you just see the actor, and what I mean by that is, let me say real quick. Like, I know that Daredevil on Netflix was really like gruesome. I know, I watched it. I liked it. I enjoyed it, man. Me and my girlfriend, dude, it was awesome. It really was. It was a really good show. Fucking Charlie Cox was awesome in that show. And I know it's supposed to go on the Disney Network, which is not supposed to be so R-rated. But it doesn't matter. I guarantee those fans that watch that show on Netflix are going to watch it because of Charlie Cox. You're not refilming. You're not recasting him with somebody else. You're doing the right thing. Feige just... It's like, why can't we have someone that runs DC like that? You take the best thing that we had and what we wanted, and which The Rock fought for so long. I remember I was watching it tonight, man, where he had premieres, and he was like, "Welcome home." The greatest superhero character of all time was sitting on the sideline. Welcome home. And what did you do? You sent him packing again. It sucks, man. It sucks. I hate What If. It drives me nuts. And when I watch that movie, I love Black Adam. I do. I really do. I love the movie. So it's definitely in my top five all-time DC movies. I really do like it a lot. DCEU movies of all time. I like it a lot. And it's hard to watch the ending of it because it's kind of what if. Man, Dwayne Johnson, the Black Adam face, Henry Cavill, Superman. Have Andy Muschietti direct that movie. Maybe the guy who did Black Adam wasn't the right guy to film the movie. Maybe he wasn't direct the movie. Maybe you put the movie in Andy Muschietti's vision, and maybe right now we would be having a Black Adam face Superman. Maybe the movie would be a little bit different. Maybe things would be different right now. It just sucks, man. So, alright guys, I'm gonna let you go, man. I just wanted to rant. I gotta head to work. But like I said, I'm hoping everybody's safe. Everybody's taking care of themselves. Give it a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. If you're new to the video, maybe subscribe. That'd mean a lot. But if not, man, I just appreciate you listening to what I had to say. And God bless, man. Remember, man, God first and family. And until the next video, take care, guys. God bless.